It's Monday, September 29th, and I'm just wondering if we are going to see a better football game this entire NFL season than the heart-pounding 40-40 tie we saw Sunday night between the Packers and Cowboys.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
Now, that was entertainment. Dallas did almost everything it had to do to win a football game. But they simply didn't win the game. It finished with a fantastically entertaining 40-40 overtime tie that went 70 minutes of football action as the two teams rolled up and down the field. What a show it was. These two slugged it out for those 70 minutes, and we saw 146 plays, 925 yards of offense, 10 touchdowns, 58 first downs, 83 passes thrown, and 63 of them complete for 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a total of only 2 sacks in the entire game. Wow. 1 turnover. And it was critical, by the way, leading to a Dallas touchdown in the last minute of the first half that brought them back from an early 13-point deficit. For Green Bay, this game was shocking. They came in with the number 3 defense in the National Football League, and they surrendered 40 points in their first 3 games total. And that included, by the way, games against Detroit and Washington, who are top-notch offensive teams. In their first 3 games, Green Bay allowed a total of 41 points. And then the Cowboys got 40 on them last night. But on the other side of the ball, Green Bay entered having terrible troubles running the football. And you know they were going to be worse because Green Bay was missing 2 starting offensive linemen, just like the Cowboys, by the way, and a top backup. But for the night, the Packers rushed for 164 yards, 4.7 yards a carry, and 2 rushing touchdowns. For the Cowboys, what a game called by Brian Schottenheimer. When you consider the quality of the Green Bay defense, Dallas scored on its last 7 drives 5 touchdowns and a field goal. Goodness gracious. Shotty called a brilliant game. He double-teamed Micah Parsons for most of the game, so Parsons wouldn't have a spectacular impact on the game. And his play calling never let Parsons be a real factor in the game. Dallas ran the ball a lot, and when they threw it, threw fairly quickly thrown mid-range passes that never allowed the Green Bay rush to get to Dak Prescott. And Dak, he was spectacular. On target all night. Wonderful decisions. Terrific vision of the field. One of the best games I believe Dak has ever played. And especially in light of the fact of the quality of the opposing defense and those missing offensive linemen. Dallas played with great energy. They ran the ball, 4.5 yards a carry, and Javonte Williams totaled 85 yards rushing. It looks like he is one of the free agent finds in the entire league from this offseason. And that pass rush that you knew was going to be a problem once they traded Micah Parsons, and probably will be a problem most, if not all, of the season. But the effort this week was a lot better than that tepid performance last week against the Chicago Bears. These two teams just kept slugging it out. But why wasn't the Dallas terrific effort rewarded with a win? Well, I can identify, for me, two reasons. The Dallas defense gives up a lot of big plays. A lot. On Sunday night, they surrendered 14 plays of 15 yards or more. Golly. That chews up a lot of yardage for Green Bay, and those plays were critical to so many of the Green Bay drives. And, again, penalties. 11 of them for 95 yards, and a few of them very impactful in the football game. And at least one, the Maris Liufa personal foul for unnecessary roughness, underscore the word unnecessary. That was terrible thinking. And it really helped the Green Bay drive. But Cowboy fans, be proud of this effort. Green Bay's a solid team. If the Cowboys make similar efforts down the road this season, they'll be rewarded with wins. And an effort like this will get them a win next Sunday against the Jets. Next up, the rise of rudeness in sports. What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney. My wife Mary is the co-creator of Full Moon Healing Balm, and I guess I'm the reason this terrific cream was developed. A few years ago, I began getting these huge, ugly blood blotches just beneath the skin of my arms and hands. The condition's called senile purpura. And no, You don't have to be senile to experience this embarrassment. It happens as you age, and then to cover it up, we begin wearing long sleeves even when it's hot. It took 2 years working with a New Jersey lab to refine the all-natural ingredients of full moon healing. Gently massage a very small amount into the skin, and within a day, the blotches begin to fade. Senile purpura usually takes weeks to disappear, but this balm cuts the timeline to about a week. And ordering's so easy. Just go to the website, fullmoonhealingco.com. I really like golf. When I was able to play it, I wasn't any good. But I really like golf, and I like watching golf on TV, and I love the Ryder Cup. It's a shame it's only every other year. I wish it were every year. I wish it were every week. It's the Europeans versus the Americans. The 14 best players from Europe and the 14 best players from America. And basically, that's the sum total of the best players in the world. It is passionate. It is really contentious. It is prideful. It is fantastic competition. This year, the Euros surged to a huge lead on the first 2 days. And on Sunday, the competition was virtually over until the United States started to rally and rally and rally. And the final score was only Europe 15, the United States 13. But while the competition was fierce, the weekend was marred by unruliness, vulgarity, and rudeness by the fans at Bethpage. Oh, no, not all of them, but enough so that it was certainly noticed. And their target was Rory McIlroy. I'm still not certain why, but their target was Rory McIlroy. And Saturday was especially disgusting. At the first tee, the country club, instead of having someone from the club, the president of the club, introduce the players at the first tee. It's done at every golf tournament. Players are introduced at the first tee, not introduced at any other tee, but introduced to the crowd at the first tee. The club hired comedian actress Heather McMahon. I want you to remember that name. Heather McMahon, and it's M-A-H-A-N. Her job was to get the fans stoked. Nothing wrong with that. To make Bethpage Black a hard place for the Europeans to play. Nothing wrong with that. The fans cheering and exhorting the Americans. Nothing wrong with that. And even having some fun mocking the Europeans, if you will. But Saturday morning, when introducing a Euro team at the first tee, a team that included Rory McIlroy, Heather McMahon used her microphone to begin leading the crowd at the first tee in a chant, saying, F you, Rory, F you, Rory, F you, Rory. Disgusting. Despicable. We're told she resigned her job. I think she was probably fired 10 minutes later. Please remember this woman's name. Hunter McMahon. who thinks it's funny to lead a chant of F you, Rory. But the fans' behavior in general was not good at Bethpage Black. They hollered vulgar personal remarks at McElroy and some of the other players. They thought it was funny to crack really vulgar jokes about his marriage. They yelled during European players' backswings or as they were getting ready to putt. That's not golf etiquette. Several fans were ejected from Bethpage Black this weekend. Extra security was brought in. Police was brought in for a golf tournament. But you know what? It really shouldn't be all that surprising. Because rudeness is more and more and more in fashion these days in the United States. And the prime example of rude behavior happens daily at the very top of our government and our leaders. And Americans just watch and follow the leaders.
And now, a word from our title sponsor. Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Just Wondering is technically directed by my wife, Mary, who is also occasionally a talent on the show. It's produced by Mike Matern, edited and posted by Ashley Bullington. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.